It's Week 15 of the National Football League. And playing a big role on defense is Jordan Hicks. He's up across 80 tackles for the season following his last game. It's the Browns and the Bears, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
We are just off the shores of Lake Erie in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, as we get set for football here at the always rockin' Cleveland Browns Stadium. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
The byes are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
The numbers a week ago for Johnson. 15 carries, 60 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt, they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
To throw on second down, Williams.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
And the Cleveland offense ready to go to work behind the 3-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his 2nd season now as a Brown, number 7 overall.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available. He's about to get to him.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
After the interception, here's Watson.
That pass complete to Moore.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
Chubb. is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action.
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
Nick Chubb with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Browns take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And this will be a Bears first down as the tackle made at about the 38. The Bears at 5-8, 3 games under 500. Well, they were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Out to his left. Williams loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
A lot of 37 on 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb.
And he'll get it inside the 35.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
You look at this Bears defense.
This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he is going to have the Browns first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Deshaun Watson, and when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call, because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. And last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver.
Now Watson. That's caught left side by Judy.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Chubb. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Chubb again.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Browns have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
But he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Throwing on first down, Williams. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Williams.
That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation, because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Johnson will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. We pause for an injury here. It looks like it's Keenan Allen who's in some pain down there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears have cut it back within a score.
Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play
gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
From the 50, it's Watson.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Rolling to his right. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
2nd down and 4.
Again, it's Johnson. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The jumbo set out there, 3rd and inches.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a 1st down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Now a screen set up for Johnson.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now Williams operating from the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Bears are an extra point away from evening this one up.
So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 14.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Jerome Ford. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
Watson off play action.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
And he is going to have a Browns first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Watson.
This short pass into the hands of the Joker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Watson looks to throw again. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Santos now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big...
And he's going to go down again. Andrew Billings, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down.
Third and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Anytime the ball is thrown in the middle of the field, is popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Williams to throw on third down. And that will be incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
Cleveland offense making their way out. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Watson trying to get his guys moving. On second down, here's Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Watson now to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. Here's Watson now on second down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Watson.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Watson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Williams now. A final shot before break. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, and it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the 2nd quarter. Chris Godwin, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And at the half, they trail the visiting Jets in that ball game. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. Javonte Williams, a touchdown run in the victory. We saw a solid first half out of running back Roschon Johnson. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back. Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland, and to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports.
And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this 3rd quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to
take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now it's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the gun, here's Watson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
That was a corner blitz, and it was Kyler Gordon getting in there for the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, Watson. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb.
Now hang on here, because following that play, it looks like Amari Cooper is in some distress. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9.
They run it again with Chubb. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. To throw is Watson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Chubb will get the call running left. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 13-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Bell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from drawing level. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
York now for the extra point.
He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told.
And David Bell closed things out with a touchdown catch.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Fights off the defender. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34. They go to Johnson again.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
They'll run this with Homer. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Johnson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He'll buy some time right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground, because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Johnson, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of them. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Carlos Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving,
Not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Again, it's Watson.
Right back to Njoku.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
And again, it's Chubb. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good.
Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the left hash. This from 37.
York able to send this one through.
And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. In 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here's Williams on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line.
So now it's Watson and the Browns.
Down 28-24. A minute 52 to play. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score.
Here's Watson. Into the hands of Cooper.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here comes second down at 5. To throw, Watson. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Watson to throw. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on fourth down.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Desperation time. Watson on fourth down.
That is caught. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save the timeout.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. Watson. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Watson. This will be caught downfield by Moore.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Here's first and 10.
Now Watson. His throw incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him out to the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. First and goal.
Watson now to throw. Right back to Cooper, and he got him again. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Now it's Watson. This is caught.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. One last throw here for Watson. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So for Chicago,
their battle to finish above 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year.
And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.